Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso, and we always are thinking about you. We're thinking about enabling you with the facts and all of the tools if you are indeed expecting any life event, in this case, motherhood. As you embark on this beautiful journey, expect the unexpected from the first few days to the first few months, but no need to fear because we have Mo Motseki, who is here, mom of a 4-year-old. Dr. Anisa Vahed is here as well, mom of a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old, to lend a helping hand. And it's all important for us to actually come together and ask the questions. And this is the most important thing we can do for you to enable you. So, welcome, ladies. It's amazing.
Hi.
This is great. It's good to see you on this couch. It's very good to see you, Mo.
I must say it's very good to be on this side of the couch.
Oh, nice.
Because I think it's important for people to know. I sit behind the scenes,
yeah.
but you are always upstairs.
Yes.
And you are delivering everything from auto cue. You're a bit of a jack of all trades when it comes to behind the scenes, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like that. But it's great to see you here in front of the camera, where you should be.
Yes, I mean, look at her. You too, Doc. Of course, you're returning, and we hope that you'll come back again. And talking about this topic in particular, because as somebody that's not a mum yet, but definitely wants to be on that journey at some point, I know that there are many unexpected moments that don't often get spoken about. And why not have the dialogue right now? So pregnancy is a beautiful thing. The 9 months, everyone's excited. The baby bump, yes, yes, yes. You give birth, and then there's just silence. You have to deal with these issues alone. So were there any unexpected moments and experiences that the two of you have had?
You start.
Okay, so for me, the journey was very unexpected. I don't think I prepared myself mentally for it. I did have, my family, sitting down with me, having the conversation of what it means to be a mom. And I was very excited, and so I blocked everything else, and I was like, I'm going to be a mom, it's going to be exciting. But the moment I held her, then things got real, There was a lot of emotions, I felt like I was alone, but I did have the support of my partner. I did have the support of my family. But mentally, it was just like, so overwhelming. So I took a lot of, time just asking my friends, how can I cope, that are already parents. And a lot of them did help me. And I found myself feeling a little bit better because then I understood I was not alone and I was not the first one to be going through it.
Sure.
I think it took like three days to get used to it, because I was like, okay, now I'm stuck with this person. She's really mine.
Yeah. She's not on rental, she's yours for life. I love that you found that support.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So, Doctor, early postpartum period, there are many adjustments that happen, and many of them. I think particularly, I'm a dad, and you can always see how people always want to weigh in.
Yes.
And that causes the anxiety. Like, am I good enough to be the mother of this child? Should I be doing this? And now you've got this mother-in-law coming and that one coming in. There's a lot of things, a lot of inputs, but the most important input is the one on your own, because early postpartum, that's a very internal, introverted process. And not a lot of those things are verbalized. So I think it's important to just kind of traverse some of those areas that early postpartum can bring into your life for expectant moms.
Yeah, so you said you took around 3 days. I'm still getting over 7 years. Okay, that's the big thing. And this is the big thing, it's so unpredictable.
Yes.
So just as you start figuring out one stage, then next day, things go crazy. And that's the big thing about kids. They don't follow the textbooks. And I had my daughter when I was specializing. I had that textbook out at 3 o'clock in the morning looking for the answers, and there wasn't. They don't follow the textbook, and every child is different.
Yes.
And what might work for this auntie might not work for that granny.
100%.
And this is the big thing, is that you've got to embrace the chaos. You've got to take it one day at a time. You've got to just kind of say one day, you know what, it was a bad day, brush it off. It's okay. It's okay. You didn't kill the child. You didn't harm them. And the big thing is knowing who your village is. And I think it's very important establishing your kind of village before you have that baby, so that if you've got those support structures when you have your child, you know who to rely on.
Yeah.
So, yes, those are my little cuties. They look much older and much more naughtier now. But I think the big thing is making sure you've got those support structures. And especially, I love to see dads coming into my practice now. And I get moms with a lot of list of questions, and the dad's got a list of questions even longer now. And it's amazing that they're asking what's going on. Is this normal? Is this not normal? And there's no stupid question. It's just actually, you've got to learn how to heal. You've got to learn, especially from that first few weeks, you've got to heal from a delivery. You're still discovering how you're a mom, right?
Yeah.
And you're still kind of getting to know your child. So the key word is survive. Okay, survive. Those first few weeks is just surviving and getting to know who you guys are.
Yeah, I love that you've said that, because you're also getting to know this new version of yourself as you're experiencing motherhood. It's something you haven't done before, perhaps, especially for you, Mo. You're 2 kids in the dark, and I wonder what sort of rewards come with things like motherhood. Are there milestones that are highlights for you?
So if you look at it, there's always the good and the bad days, right? I think there's nothing better than those first few weeks when that baby looks at you and goes, that's my human. Like, there's nothing better than all those dirty nappies and vomits and crying sessions at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they look at you and they go, you're my mommy. Okay, there's nothing better when they give you those little hugs. I mean, when I randomly go and fetch my child from school, they give me that little hug and just go, I want a hug. And I think that's the most important thing, is that there's the good parts and there's the bad parts. And I think when they do those small little milestones, when they start walking towards you, they start going, mama, that's so rewarding. And I mean, even those crying days, sometimes you just look and you're like, okay, dude, why are you crying at me? Like, but those are important. Those are big milestones where you guys are starting to get to know each other. And I think it's worth it at the end.
I think for me, I would say that the rewarding moments, especially during those first few months, was being able to breastfeed successfully, like being able to, fully be in the role of being a mom, and just see the bond between myself and her. It was really just, like, it was a moment for me to feel like, okay, I'm really doing this. I'm winning.
That is so special if I think about it. And I think what's important for me to say this, and I need to, is that when you are starting this journey as a mother, can I just say, from somebody who's had a window into it, and many of my friends as well who became moms, just remember that you are still you and a mom. You're not just a mom now.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people get to that stage where they're thinking like, I'm a mom now, so everything has to stop. You hear these stories. There was, somebody who was 7 months pregnant at the Olympics in the fencing, an Egyptian athlete. So I'm just saying, like, I feel that's also quite important to also have that awareness that you are still you, but you are you plus mom now.
And that's where I always encourage my moms, your routine shouldn't change for the baby. The baby should start slotting into your routine so you don't lose that kind of feeling of who you are. Because, I mean, we are a new generation. We are wanting to be good examples to our children. And especially as like a working mom, I want my kids to go and say, you know what, mama can do it all.
Absolutely.
I can do it. Why not? And I think that's the most important thing. And I think that's a big shock to people, is they change their routine for their baby and then they start going, what am I going to do?
And who am I?
Like, who am I? What's going on? And then the whole routine, the whole chaos goes. And that's where I just say, listen, guys, just take it slow. Let the baby figure it out in between your routine. It'll smooth that transition so much nicer.
Yes, and here's the defense of the athlete. We actually got a pic of this athlete over here. That's another Fez, Egyptian athlete, 7 months pregnant, didn't tell anybody, competed anyway.
Come on,
yes, got knocked out, but I'm telling you now, if you look at the tears in the eyes, just that's what I was talking about when I said you are still you, and I think that is vitally important. And I think, and I can tell you two are still you.
Yes,
which is wonderful, right?
As a woman, I love to see it. I also saw one of my favorite performances. I swear she was 9 months pregnant on that stage, and I was like, this is so magical. I didn't know you could do this, right? It was wonderful. Well, let's check out some of your comments on the Good Morning post. We put the question out there for you. That was this one. What's the one thing that you wish they told you before having kids? Pretty sure you're sitting there with pen and paper. Well, Ntuli got in touch saying, however evolving it is, and the mental capacity you have that no one can actually endure, or one that you can endure.
Then another one, Zitley, saying, good morning. Haha, the one thing I wish they told me before having kids is that the sleep deprivation is real and it lasts longer than you think.
True story.
Oh, goodness. We have another one from Togozani saying, happy Woman Crush Wednesday to all the ladies in studio. Thank you. I will take that one. The viewers too. Nobody warned me about the teenage stage with the mood swings. You're looking forward to the great show. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Those hormones are crazy.
Yes, great stuff, eh?
I still experience it
Carissa,
now.
if you're still heading into it, right, I'm going to say, save for school fees now.
Oh, let me just...
Like now.
Every penny.
Just save now. That's how it goes. But I think maybe just as a final question, ladies, just a quick one. Maybe one thing from either one of your sides, because you are very different moms, and that's why it's important to bring in different perspectives. One thing you want to say to an expectant mom who's sitting on the couch or wherever, watching this and is a bit doubtful. What would you say to them, Mo?
I feel like the one important thing to do is try and find, the support, try and take in the advice that you're getting. Of course, everybody's going to give you advice, but the advice is not always going to work. So try and understand the season that you are in. Prepare yourself mentally for the journey, ahead, because being a mom, it does change everything, So take it one day at a time. Don't be too hard on yourself. Understand that there's no right or wrong. Yeah.
I love that. Doc, you want to add?
I would add, don't be scared to ask for help.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think we are very scared as moms to ask for help.
100.
And I think having that village and saying, you know what, I maybe just need to go cry in the shower for 5 minutes and wash my hair. Can you take the baby? And I think the big thing is don't be scared to ask for that help.
Oh, I love that. What a beautiful way to end off as well. Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much, Mo, for being here and sharing so generously with us and our viewers. Well, postpartum is different for everybody, as we heard, but nothing feels better than being able to be understood and also heard and guided by fellow mothers like we had today. And thanks to Johnson's, you do have the community you need to get through those toughest moments.
Oh,